Juan Carlos Courin from Colombia is 6th on mediums. Santiago Idarraga from Spain is P2 on softs. Jose Miguel Moncada from Colombia is P6 on softs. Andres Camilo Cardona from Colombia is P7 on mediums. Jean-Pierre Ferrand from Colombia is 6th on softs. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is up 8.56 in Kemmel straight. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is up 9.73 in rivage. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is up 10.28 in Pohang. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is up 10.18 in Stavelot. Carlos Huertas from Colombia in Blanchimont is P3 up 25.60 on softs. "15 minutes remaining in the session. Carlos Huertas is up 0.41 in Eau Rouge. Carlos Huertas is up 0.51 in Malmedy. Carlos Huertas is up 0.70 in Pujan. Carlos Huertas is up 1.07 in Stabilo. Carlos Huertas improved his P5 with a 2:11.212. 2.568 off pole. Juan Carlos Guerin is provisional pole with a 2:10.187. Ivan Trujillo is 7th up 14.44. Andres Camilo Cardona is 6th up 0.47. Andres Camilo Cardona is up 1.10 in Campus. Andres Camilo Cardona is up 2.12 in Blanchimont. Andres Camilo Cardona improved his 6th with a 2:12.015. 3.371 off pole. Santiago Idarraga in bus stop chicane is 2nd. Santiago Idarraga is provisional pole with a 2:08.615. Carlos Huertas in bus stop chicane is P5. Carlos Huertas improved his 5th with a 2:10.712. 2.097 off pole. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in bus stop chicane is 2nd. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is provisional pole with a 2:08.142. Andres Camilo Cardona in Rivage is P6 up 0.21. Best lap is a 2:12.015. 3.873 off pole. Ten minutes remaining in the session. Andres Camilo Cardona is up 0.07 in Fania. Santiago Idarraga in Lacombe is P2. Best lap is a 2:08.615. 0.473 off pole. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia is 8th on softs. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is up 17.86 in Lacombe. Ivan Trujillo in Brussels is 7th up 0.78. Ivan Trujillo is up 1.24 in Fecha. Ivan Trujillo is up 1.33 in Corby Paul Frere. Jose Miguel Moncada in Blanchimont is P4 up 0.34. Best lap is a 2:10.547. 2.405 off pole. Juan Carlos Guerin from Colombia in Stavelo is P3 up 1.68 on softs. Juan Carlos Guerin is provisional pole with a 2:08.045. Jose Miguel Moncada in Lacombe is P4 up 0.18. Jose Miguel Moncada is up 0.16 in Puhan. Five minutes remaining in the session. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Rivage is 8th up 19.22. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is up 19.34 in Fecha. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is up 20.24 in Corby Paul Frere. Jose Miguel Moncada in Brussels is 4th up 0.11. Jose Miguel Moncada is up 0.40 in Fanya. Jose Miguel Moncada is up 0.55 in Corby Paul Frere. Jose Miguel Moncada improved his P4 with a 209.982. 1.937 off pole. Ivan Trujillo in Brussels is 8th up 1.49 on mediums. Ivan Trujillo is up 2.25 in Fanya. Ivan Trujillo is up 3.04 in Corby Paul Frere. Ivan Trujillo improved his P8 with a 215.856. 7.811 off pole. Andres Camilo Cardona in Fanya is 6th up 0.17. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is second. Best lap is a 2:08.142. 0.097 off pole. Announcer bot is active. The qualification session is at Spa-Francorchamps in Francorchamps, Belgium. The wind speed is 10 km/h from the east. The qualifying session is now in overtime. The race session is at Spa-Francorchamps in Francorchamps, Belgium. The wind speed is 9 km/h from the east-northeast. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is P2. Director entering the pits is 14th. Juan Carlos Guerin is first. Race start. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is P1. Carlos Huertas from Colombia in La Source is P3 on softs. Jean-Pierre Ferrand from Colombia in Kemmel Straight is P2 on softs. Juan Carlos Guerin from Colombia in Ribach is 8th on softs. Juan Carlos Guerin passed Andres Camilo Cardona for 7th. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia in Campus is P6 on softs. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in bus stop chicane is 2nd, 1.0 ahead of Carlos Huertas. Jose Miguel Moncada from Colombia in Radillon is 4th on softs. Best lap is a 2:19.929. 3.819 off the fastest lap. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in Brussels is P2, 1.1 behind Santiago Idarraga. Juan Carlos Guerin in Brussels on lap 2 is 7th, 0.5 behind Ivan Trujillo. Juan Carlos Guerin passed Ivan Trujillo for 6th. Jose Miguel Moncada in Stabilo on lap 2 is 4th, 0.8 behind Carlos Huertas. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is P2. Best lap is a 2:09.938. 0.289 off the fastest lap. Andres Camilo Cardona from Colombia is P8 on mediums. Ivan Trujillo from Colombia is 8th on mediums. Best lap is a 2:28.128. 18.479 off the fastest lap. Jose Miguel Moncada in Brussels is P4, 1.5 behind Carlos Huertas. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is 2nd, 1.3 behind Santiago Idarraga. Juan Carlos Guerin in Blanchimont is P5. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in Radillon is 2nd, 0.8 behind Santiago Idarraga. Jose Miguel Moncada from Colombia in Malmedy is 4th, 1.3 behind Carlos Huertas. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in Pohang is second, 0.4 behind Santiago Idarraga. Juan Carlos Guerin entering the pits is P8. Ivan Trujillo is P7. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in bus stop chicane is second, 0.5 behind Santiago Idarraga. Andres Camilo Cardona in bus stop chicane is 6th, 3.7 behind Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in Camel Straight is P2, 0.4 behind Santiago Idarraga. Carlos Huertas in Brussels is third, 2.5 ahead of Jose Miguel Moncada. Carlos Huertas lost P3 to Jose Miguel Moncada. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is second, 1.0 behind Santiago Idarraga. Jean-Pierre Ferrand was 0.6 faster last lap. Santiago Idarraga from Spain in bus stop chicane is P1 on softs. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in La Source is second, 0.4 behind Santiago Idarraga. Jose Miguel Moncada entering the pits is P3. Jose Miguel Moncada is P4. Best lap is a 2:11.347. 2.294 off the fastest lap. Santiago Idarraga from Spain in Camel Straight is first, 0.2 ahead of Jean-Pierre Ferrand. Jose Miguel Moncada exiting pits on mediums. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is P2, 1.8 behind Santiago Idarraga. Ivan Trujillo from Colombia in Malmedy is P7, 0.5 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in bus stop chicane is second, 1.0 behind Santiago Idarraga. Santiago Idarraga is first. Best lap is a 2:09.425. 0.372 off the fastest lap. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in Brussels is second. Best lap is a 2:09.053. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Rivage is P4. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in Stabilo is P2 on softs, 0.5 behind Santiago Idarraga. Santiago Idarraga in bus stop chicane is P2. Santiago Idarraga entering the pits is second. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia in Blanchimont is P4. Santiago Idarraga is P3 on mediums. Santiago Idarraga exiting pits on mediums. Jose Miguel Moncada is 6th on mediums, 4.9 ahead of Ivan Trujillo. Carlos Huertas in Pujan is P2. Best lap is a 2:11.162. 2.109 off the fastest lap. Ivan Trujillo in Brussels is P7. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Blanchimont is fourth. Santiago Idarraga in Malmedy is P3. Ivan Trujillo exiting pits on mediums. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Pujan is 4th. Andres Camilo Cardona in Fecha is 5th. Carlos Huertas entering the pits is P2. Carlos Huertas is 2nd. Andres Camilo Cardona is 5th. Carlos Huertas is 4th on mediums, 0.1 ahead of Andres Camilo Cardona. Andres Camilo Cardona was 7.7 faster last lap. Carlos Huertas exiting pits on mediums. Santiago Idarraga in Brussels is 2nd. Andres Camilo Cardona is P4. Best lap is a 2:13.542. 4.489 off the fastest lap. Jean-Pierre Ferrand entering the pits is 1st. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is P1. Jose Miguel Moncada in Pujan is 6th, 2.9 behind Carlos Huertas. Jose Miguel Moncada was 8.3 faster last lap. Jean-Pierre Ferrand from Colombia is P1 on mediums. Jean-Pierre Ferrand exiting pits on mediums. Juan Pablo Aristizabal entering the pits is 3rd. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is P3. Andres Camilo Cardona is P4 on mediums. Andres Camilo Cardona passed Juan Pablo Aristizabal for P3. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is P6. Best lap is a 2:12.137. 3.084 off the fastest lap. Juan Pablo Aristizabal exiting pits. Ivan Trujillo entering the pits is P7. Santiago Idarraga in Pujan is P2, 3.1 behind Jean-Pierre Ferrand. Santiago Idarraga was 5.0 faster last lap. Jose Miguel Moncada is P5, 3.8 behind Carlos Huertas. Ivan Trujillo exiting pits on hards. Santiago Idarraga is second, 2.9 behind Jean-Pierre Ferrand. Jose Miguel Moncada is P5, 4.0 behind Carlos Huertas. Juan Pablo Aristizabal entering the pits is P6. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is 6th. Juan Pablo Aristizabal exiting pits on mediums. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in Stabilo is first. Carlos Huertas in Campus is fourth on mediums, 3.8 behind Andres Camilo Cardona. Ivan Trujillo in Lacombe is P7 on hards. Andres Camilo Cardona entering the pits is P3. Ivan Trujillo is now P6. Jose Miguel Moncada is P4. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in Campus is first, 2.6 ahead of Santiago Idarraga. Ivan Trujillo in Bus Stop Chicane is 6th. Carlos Huertas is third on mediums. Santiago Idarraga in Lacombe is P2. Jose Miguel Moncada is fourth. Santiago Idarraga from Spain in Corby Palfrere is second, 3.0 behind Jean-Pierre Ferrand. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is first, 3.4 ahead of Santiago Idarraga. Santiago Idarraga was 0.7 faster last lap. Carlos Huertas in bus stop chicane is third. Santiago Idarraga from Spain in Brussels is P2, 3.8 behind Jean-Pierre Ferrand. Ivan Trujillo in Fecha is sixth. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in bus stop chicane is first, 3.1 ahead of Santiago Idarraga. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia in campus is fifth. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in Rivage is P1 on mediums, 4.2 ahead of Santiago Idarraga. Santiago Idarraga from Spain in Pujan is second, 4.5 behind Jean-Pierre Ferrand. Jean-Pierre Ferrand was 0.9 faster last lap. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Lacombe is P5. Carlos Huertas in Stabilo is P3. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Corby Paul Frere is 5th. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is first on mediums. Carlos Huertas from Colombia in Brussels is 3rd. Ivan Trujillo entering the pits is 6th. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is 5th. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is first. Jose Miguel Moncada in bus stop chicane is 4th, 4.3 ahead of Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Juan Pablo Aristizabal was 1.8 faster last lap. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is P5. Best lap is a 2:11.667. 2.614 off the fastest lap. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is first. Carlos Huertas in Stabilo is P3. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is P5, 4.4 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Juan Pablo Aristizabal was 2.8 faster last lap. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in Pujan is first. Jose Miguel Moncada in Lacombe is P4. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is fifth, 3.4 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Jose Miguel Moncada is fourth, 2.5 ahead of Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in bus stop chicane is fifth, 2.6 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Juan Pablo Aristizabal was 0.9 faster last lap. Jose Miguel Moncada from Colombia in Radillon is fourth, 2.4 ahead of Juan Pablo Aristizabal. leader has just finished the race. Jean-Pierre Ferrand finished first. Santiago Idarraga finished P2. Carlos Huertas is P3. Carlos Huertas finished P3. Juan Pablo Aristizabal finished P4. Jose Miguel Moncada finished P5.